Greetings and salutations, my lovely little Bytelings. My name is Wiggy, and as Stix has shown his personal top 10 MMORPGs that he'd recommend, I thought I might as well do one of my own, with my own opinions and personal favorites. You might not think these are the best MMORPGs or the most fun, and that's perfectly fine. This is of course my personal list of MMORPGs that I believe are worth trying out going into 2018. Do note that some of the MMORPGs listed may not be released in the NA/EU market as of yet, however, they do have functioning English patches that make the game playable and enjoyable. So hopefully you will find this list helpful, and if not, maybe informative. Either way, let's get to this list. Where to start? Well, Closers Online is a 3D, side-scrolling, instance-based action anime MMORPG with a heavy emphasis on storytelling, character progression, and background story. You, the player, are tasked with killing the aliens that are/have invaded the world, and it is your job as a closer to protect the people that are left. In Closers Online, there are 3 sides, or factions, if you will, that you can choose to become. Each one has different characters. Now, said characters also have their own dialogue and personalities. These factions in question that I am talking about are as follows. Closers. This is the original team that you can play and is considered the nice guys, or good guys, if you will. They consist of Seiha, Sylvie, Yuri, Jay, and of course, Missile Team, which is obviously the best character, and this opinion has nothing to do with the fact that I play him. Yes. Next, we have a group called Wolfdog. Wolfdog is comprised of experimented Face Force users. Last but not least, we have the newest added team called Wild Hunter, or however you pronounce that. Right now, they only consist of 2 members. Not much is known about this new team, but hopefully we will learn more soon. Of course, not all of the Wolfdog and Wild Hunter team members have been released into the NA/EU version as of yet. Right now, we can only hope that it won't take too long for these characters/teams to be added in English. Closers is a fun, instance-based anime MMORPG, definitely worth going into and playing in 2018. I'm having a lot of fun playing it, so I definitely recommend this. As a longtime Final Fantasy fan, how could I not list Final Fantasy XIV as one of my top picks? It's got almost everything you could want from an MMORPG. It has a fantastic story and storytelling, interesting characters that actually make you care, highly detailed and unique regions, as well as being very, very well optimized, and doesn't require you to have a massively expensive and overpowered PC in order to run it at 60 frames. Lastly, it's got a fun combat system, even if at times it's slow, especially at the early levels. As I know from personal experience, early leveling and quests are generally slow and boring at times, but it more than makes up for this as you continue. Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn's popularity and subscription numbers have skyrocketed since then, and they continue to do so with each expansion. Said expansions being Heavensward and Stormblood. This will no doubt continue as Final Fantasy's subscription numbers are continuing to raise, which would mean Final Fantasy XIV is the only MMORPG to date that is coming close to the MMORPG titan World of Warcraft, which is a testament to just how good Final Fantasy XIV actually is. So yeah, as I said, Final Fantasy XIV doesn't just have a great story or visuals, it's got well-crafted and unique raids and dungeons, intense and epic primal fights, a unique area called Hall of the Dead, where you can go floor by floor with no defined end, and lastly, and most importantly, arenas, where you get to test your mettle in PvP combat. With all of this being said, yes, Final Fantasy XIV is a MMORPG I feel is well worth the subscription, and definitely something I will continue to be playing in the coming year, and I guess years to come. Yes, I know, Bless Online isn't even out right now, so why isn't it on this list, right? Well, while it isn't actually out globally, other than, I guess, Korea and Japan, of course, I have had the pleasure of playing it on the Korean servers, and I have a massive English patch allowing me to play this game in almost full clarity of what I need to do. Besides the fact that I can actually understand Bless Online in decent English, the actual game is a lot of fun, for me at least. The Berserker's combat is fun and action-oriented. It's got a deep and engaging story, with cutscenes constantly happening with differing stories for both of the factions. Monsters within Bless Online are also absolutely punishing. In fact, taking on more than one monster can be the death of you. Couple this with the pet capturing system and mount system that allows you to not only level them up and make them better, but also giving you the ability to actually add skills onto them and many, many more. I mean, the things you can do with your mount and pets is impressive. Plus, there's full world exploration, world flying, there's so many features. Due to all of these features, and the story, the general look and feel of the game, I personally love it, and I recommend you guys try it out for yourself if and when you are able. I don't think you guys will be disappointed. Yeah, so not a shocker to see this on any list regarding MMORPGs. I know. However, I do find it fun, so I can't exactly leave it out. It's a great MMORPG, especially with the new Hongmoon skills you gain access to once you reach the new level cap of 55. Generally, if you're on the fence about trying Blade and Soul, you really shouldn't be. It is, first of all, free, so you're not exactly losing anything by trying it out. Second, the combat is fast, flashy, and fun. Though if you suffer from ping issues like myself, you will at times find yourself cursing at the boss monsters that won't stop using that AoE skill on you. I still have PTSD from those bosses. Besides the story, combat, and graphics, yes, the graphics are gorgeous, but besides all of this, it's got Hajun. He is amazing. So with all of this being said, I do think, considering it's free, that you should just cave and try it out for yourself, make your own opinions and judgments about it for yourself, because I personally love it, and I will continue to keep playing this game, and I think others should try it out for themselves. No doubt you're shocked to see Onigiri here. And I agree, I didn't think when I originally played it that it'd be as fun as I found it to be. However, it is. It's nothing fancy. Its background visuals are often bleak, and the characters, who are anime styled and colorful, stand out against these dull and realistic type backgrounds. But the combat and story found within Onigiri will keep you playing for hours on end. Did I forget to mention the music? It's addictively good. In Onigiri, it's worth pointing out that there are no classes or a trinity system of any kind. There are only weapon types. These weapons will determine how you fight, whether or not you're a mage using a wand or an earth-crushing badass with a great axe. All in all, I found Onigiri fun, and considering it's been around this long, it won't be going anywhere anytime soon. Some of you may not even know that there was an MMORPG version of Dragon's Dogma, but there is, and boy is it fun. If not a little, difficult at times? But that could be said for the original game as well. Generally, Dragon's Dogma Online functions very similarly to the original Dragon's Dogma Arisen game. You still have your pawn companion that you can create, shape, and no doubt abuse. It's still got its combat style, its gritty look, and the ability to climb everything you see. An in-depth vocation system, which are, yes, in essence classes. However, these vocations can be swapped whenever you go back to the city and are leveled, similarly to Final Fantasy XIV. So you'll find yourself swapping your vocations and that of your pawns a lot until you find the ones that suit you and the combinations that fit your playstyle. The only drawback is that it's not fully in English, and it will probably never come out to the NAEU market, which sucks. But at least we can still play it. I definitely suggest you try it out if you're burned out of any of the Western MMORPGs that are currently available. Before you judge, this is a personal list, and while I know that Terra has flaws, many flaws in fact, I still personally find it a fun MMORPG. Terra, in my opinion, is an MMORPG worth playing even into 2018, especially with the new Awakening system coming out to the classes. This feature will definitely bring more variety and life. Disregarding the new Awakening system, Terra is releasing previously locked classes to other races, like the Ellen Gunner and the Brawler being released for the male human. Taking this fact into consideration, no other MMORPG has ever released a gender-locked class to another gender or race, and yet Terra did. I feel as though they're finally listening to many of the fans of the MMORPG and are trying to improve their game and the player experience of Terra. So with all of this information, I would still suggest trying out Terra Online for yourself. With the recent news of Monster Hunter World coming to the PC in English, its predecessor Monster Hunter Online is a great game to play while waiting for Monster Hunter World to finally be released. Monster Hunter Online isn't an open world MMORPG like Monster Hunter World is. But when you're running around these open areas, it never felt like you were running around the same zone. The regions never felt too small either, so whilst it is instanced, it still felt like a large game. Let's move on to the combat aspect of Monster Hunter Online. To start off, let me put it out there that the combat system is slow and the boss fights are hard. Very hard, in fact. All of this, of course, makes the game challenging and great at the same time, and keeps you on the edge in every fight, which is what you'd want in your action MMORPG, right? Monster Hunter Online doesn't have any classes, as you might know. Instead, it has weapons. The weapons you choose will have their own abilities and capabilities. So in essence, this game is addictive and fun, worth checking out. Phantasy Star Online 2, an MMORPG that everyone has wanted for years now in English, but for some reason Sega has yet to, and most probably will never, release this to the Western market. Thank the MMO gods for the English patches, am I right? Phantasy Star Online 2 is a sci-fi, action, anime MMORPG with a focus on storytelling. Oh, and of course, pretty anime girls. I mean, pretty graphics, of course. The story in Phantasy Star Online 2 lets you take part in episodes 1 to 3, which is set in the past. As you continue through the later episodes, you'll eventually make it to the present time. I know this all sounds confusing, and I guess it is in a way, but it makes more sense when you play the game. Besides all of this awesomeness, it even has live concerts from actual idols like Hatsune Miku that I had the courtesy and honor of watching live. It was amazing. There's nothing better than watching a live concert with the person you care about. Phantasy Star Online 2 is a fun MMORPG for me personally, and I definitely recommend it to others that are interested in an MMORPG they've never tried before, as it's got fun combat, great visuals, a good story, and a lot of class and character customization, even if it can be a little complicated at times. But you know, that's what guides are for. If you've been a long-time watcher of MMOByte, you've no doubt figured that this would be on one of our personal lists. Yes, I am a WoW fangirl ever since Wrath of the Lich King. It's that MMORPG you leave to come back to, reinvigorated and ready to finish all of the new content it has to offer. Now, let's talk more bluntly. WoW has a lot of flaws. It can be at times unbalanced, and that goes for PvE and PvP. There's constant nerfs and buffs going on that make you want to face desk. Then there is, of course, content droughts, when you feel like you can't do anything because there's literally nothing to do other than repeating the same thing you've done 1,000 times before. However, in Legion's case, there is too much content at times, as you can't even play your ults without falling behind on your main character. With all of this being said, I'm not hating on World of Warcraft because I love it. I'm just pointing out that there sometimes isn't a medium between a lack of content and an overflow of content. I personally love the Legion expansion, and I can't wait for the future expansion to come out, especially since it's going to be revamping the leveling system for newbie characters that want to try World of Warcraft. So yes, I suggest trying out World of Warcraft because, you know, World of Warcraft is a game that changes often. It's constantly progressing, which is not a bad thing. Being a stagnant MMORPG would ultimately just lead to its death. Either way though, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed my personal list for MMORPGs that you should play going into 2018. So to end this video, I would ask you guys, what do you think? What MMORPGs would you continue playing into 2018? What MMORPGs would you suggest for others to play going into 2018? What would you say? Because I would love to know in the comment section. Don't be shy and let me know what you think. Either way, guys, thank you very, very much for watching this video. And as always, good day, night, or afternoon, wherever it is where you are. And I will be seeing you guys in the next video.
We fell out of love like shooting stars, came crashing down, and we're building back up again now. heart, see your mind, say